Sorry about that. Just, yeah, well, there we go. Anyway, that's hilarity over the class questions booklet for component 2, which is obviously an entertaining document in itself, full of lovely questions. So, yeah, so this is full of real exam questions that have been used, so let's go. So, yeah, students have faced this kind of stuff in exams. I think the key thing is really, you've got to do a bit of highlighting. You've got to do a bit of highlighting, underlining, whatever it is you do to draw your own brain's attention to some of the key words. So there's a little sequence on the back of your AO, your assessment objectives little card, that is really helpful and useful advice. I'm going to dispense with that and just do a bit of highlighting. It's so exciting. So, it says, phylogenetic trees are used to show alternative possible evolutionary relationships. These are not set in stone, I think. And then it says, mutation is an evolutionary event that can result in the formation of a new species. By assessing the likelihood of different mutations occurring, they can be used to identify the most likely pattern of evolution. So here we've got a phylogenetic tree, 2 of them in fact. Pretty much it's got the same things highlighted on it. A bony fish, looks like a place of some description, a dolphin and a deer. On both. And on one of them it shows the bony fishes and dolphins being close together, and on the other one it shows the dolphins and the deer being close together. And I can already almost hear some of you thinking, know where we're going with that. We all know dolphins are mammals, but that might not be where we're going with it. So it says, hypothesis 1, dolphins and bony fishes are close relatives. So hypothesis 2, dolphins and terrestrial mammals are both close relatives. So, you know, that's why they're next to each other on the tree. Key to the mutations required to form the new species. That's quite important then, isn't it? So this is helping us interpret the diagram. So we've got hair, mammary glands and middle ear bones. And those mutations were shown needing to occur twice here. Once to get to the dolphins with hair, mammary glands and middle ears, and once to get to terrestrial mammals, or this one, which just requires that little suite of mutations to happen once, and then the terrestrial mammals and dolphins to split off from each other. So, which phylogenetic tree, I'm going to refer to one of them, represents the more probable hypothesis? Well, here we've mutated something twice and here just the once. So hypothesis 2, but our reason isn't because we know dolphins are mammals. Our reason is from these phylogenetic trees. That's what we're being told to look at, is because all the 3 mutations only need to happen once in hypothesis 1, it's 2, but in hypothesis 1 they would need to happen twice. Now however you word that, that's how you're going to answer it. In fact, I'm not even going to put the right answers on this. Ha ha! Is that not good? Should I put the right answers on?
No.
I can't. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm 4 minutes in and I've only done the first blinking question. That was what I was thinking. Anyway, so hypothesis 2. Do you like my nice orange pen, by the way? Very nice. Don't write an orange in the exam. As the 3 mutations only need to happen once, and not twice. Brackets. Hypothesis 1. Okay, next question. Explain. So that means give a reason. You can highlight that, we know what that means. Analysis of protein So explain analysis of protein and how we would use that to confirm the answer. How would we know that hypothesis 2 was in fact correct just using proteins? So what do we know about proteins? Actually, this is what I know about proteins. It's not necessarily what you know. I know that proteins are formed of an amino acid sequence. And I think, ooh, hang on a minute. I'm pretty sure that in the booklet it talks about amino acid sequencing. So this is how I'm going to analyse my proteins. So we need to compare amino acid sequences in common proteins. And by common I mean, I don't mean, you know, swearing. I mean proteins that they both have. And how am I going to confirm my answer? The more similar they are, sequence, the more closely related. That's AO1, that is straight out of your booklet, pretty much. So AO2, because you're interpreting a diagram, so this one here, AO2, and this one here, AO1. Sorry, that wave wasn't for you, that was from Miss Allen. I was just leaving. Okay, and then we've got this absolutely horrific diagram. And the first thing to do with a horrific diagram is to start to annotate it. So, AIDS was first described in 81, but the virus has been present in human populations since the beginning of the 19th century. There are two forms of the virus, two main forms, HIV-1, HIV-2, which is more virulent. All that means is it's stronger, nastier. It's believed that HIV-1 and 2 appeared due to mutations of an SIV virus found in monkeys and chimpanzees, two different things. Scientists have analysed the molecular similarities between HIV from infected humans and the viruses in monkeys and chimpanzees, so we're looking at that. And here we've got possible evolutionary history of HIV. So we've got HIV-1, humans, humans, and then we've got all the rest of chimpanzees. So all of those around there, they're all chimps. And then we've got monkey. What a great question. You thought it wasn't entertaining. Human HIV, monkey. Okay. So we've got 2 on the monkey clade and 3 on the chimp clade. So altogether 5 different sorts. So what conclusions can be made from the diagram? So conclusions, how many do we need? 3 marks, 3, regarding evolution. So what can we say? It's evolved more than once. So it's evolved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We've got 5 sort of branches. So human HIV has evolved 5 times. And then we've got the and we can put from a common ancestor. It's always good to talk about common ancestors on phylogenetic trees. From a common ancestor. I like to get that one in. Okay, what else can we say? Human HIV-1. So we've got 1 there, has evolved from chimpanzee. What's the virus called in chimpanzee? SIV. Simian. immunovirus, presumably. And our other clade, human HIV-2, has evolved from monkey SIV. So I think that's 3 conclusions, possibly 4. So I've got the evolution of it 5 times because we've got 5 different forms. We've got a common ancestor, and now I've got something about chimps on this clade and something about monkeys on this clade, super duper. Oh, and we're on the final 2 marks now. So, scientists have been able to calculate the mean rate of mutation. So, what does rate tell us? Rate is mutations over time, number of mutations over time. So we're getting a time span here. Calculate the mean rate of mutation of the virus which causes HIV. What use can we make of this information? So if we know the rate of mutation, it mutates once every 20 years, what that means is we can predict. So scientists can predict when, that's a nice time phrase, predict when the next mutation will occur. So in fact it might be quite important to know when this one, the more virulent form, is going to mutate next. You don't know perhaps what it's going to be, and you certainly can't stop it. Evidence. Part 3. Evidence shows a high similarity between one strain of HIV-2 and a virus found in sooty mangabey monkeys. No, that's that one there. So that's obviously that there. It was unclear if it had originally evolved in humans or monkeys. Further analysis shows there's more genetic variation in the monkey virus. So, we're thinking now, where does that variation come from? So we're thinking about mutation. And we stuck it along a timeline. Mutation, 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 mutation. The more mutations we've got more variation. So if the monkey, if it started in the monkey, it's built up a lot of mutations over a longer time. If it started up in humans, it's built up a lot of mutation. More mutation, more variation. So because we've got more genetic variation in the monkey virus, it is now believed that the virus originated in the monkey. Explain why. As the monkey virus has more genetic variation, it has had longer to mutate and build up different mutations. And actually I'm going to leave my diagram in there so that the examiner knows that I know exactly what I'm talking about. As should you. I don't know, switch it off. Switch it off.